I don't need to tell you, each of you, that the incidence of cancer on the west coast of Florida is great, and that the need for the creation of this research center is clear. I don't need to tell you that the building of this center will create hundreds of jobs for people in the Bay Area. I think that it's only appropriate that in the fastest growing region of the finest and fastest growing state in this nation, that we be in the forefront of the research and treatment of cancer.
It was nervous. It was anxiety producing. We've been getting ready for so long, and now all of a sudden we were going to have real patients. At the same time, we were eager for it. We wanted to start taking care of patients, doing what nurses and doctors and technicians are supposed to do.
I specifically remember the day before we opened, where we got the staff together and we did something momentous, and that was we turned the lights off and locked the door. And that's the last time the pharmacy ever had the doors we ever closed. From that point on, it was 24 hours a day, continuous service.
Well, it's a different conversation over the years. When we first started out, you used to tell somebody you work at Moffitt, and they'd say, they'd pause like, "Where's that?" And say, "Oh, we're on the campus of USF," and "Oh, okay, yeah, I know." And now it's a different conversation because they already know where we work, and they're ready to tell you about all the positive experiences that they and their family members or people they know have had or are currently receiving our services, and it's always positive feedback from those folks, so it makes you proud to be part of it.
Well, when people ask me how long I've worked at Moffitt, they sometimes can't believe that I've been here for over 25 years. I came to Moffitt straight out of college, and I found the perfect place for me on the very first try. I've had some incredible bosses and coworkers, and I hope to hang on to my claim to fame as Moffitt's oldest employee for a very long time to come.
I wanted to be a part of something bigger than myself. Many of us are not doctors or nurses or in the medical field, but anybody who's been affected by cancer, we all have this kinship. And I particularly have a kinship with the Moffitt Cancer Center because this is the place where I was a patient at. When I would go in for anything, for a scan or my treatments, everybody, the staff was just amazing, and they just really made me feel part of the family. And even more importantly, I felt that they were part of my family. Everything's come full circle, and to be able to work at the place that saved your life is something unimaginable. It's something that really can't be expressed in words.
What I do here at Moffitt, I'm not a surgeon. I don't hold a knife. I don't push. I don't do what the nurses do. It struck me that my friends. I talked to my other geeky friends, and they're making widgets. They're supporting law offices or they're selling insurance contracts and stuff like that. Ultimately, what I like most about my job is the fact that I come in, I sit down, we work hard, we keep the computer systems up and running, we keep them up to date, and we're not producing widgets, we're helping to cure cancer.
Because it's exciting, the way Moffitt has been growing and still growing. Also, the way that I think that Moffitt believes and is truly working towards the prevention and cure of cancer. I love the challenge, that everyday challenge. I love the feeling that we are doing something for the community.
The doctors here at Moffitt are one of a kind. They have this interaction with patients that you don't find anywhere else. They hug them, they hug you, they say hi to you, they call you by the first name. They, even if they see you down in the hallway, they stop and they ask you how you doing. Nurses, I mean, I have no words to describe the nurses here at Moffitt. They are so caring, they are so important, they do above and beyond what their call of duty is, which is making sure the patient is okay. They're not patients to them. To the nurses, a patient is somebody that they have in their life.
I was standing in front of the main hospital, and there was a couple who had just come out, and they stood close by me, and the wife was on the phone and she was ecstatic. She was telling the other person on the line, he's cancer-free, we did it, our prayers have been answered, and she was so happy and so excited, and I couldn't help but just kind of lean over to the gentleman and ask him, is she talking about you? And he said, yes. He's like, I beat it. I beat this cancer. And I shook his hand and I said, congratulations, sir. I'm like, that's absolutely wonderful news. I'm so happy for you. And he grabbed my other hand. I hope I don't cry here. He grabbed my other hand and he said, he goes, thank you. Thank you and your colleagues for making this place such an amazing hospital. He said, you saved my life. He's like, I am here because of Moffitt. He's like, and I can't thank you enough for that. And if you can go back to your job after that and not feel like you are creating a difference in this world, I don't know what is going to make you feel inspired, but that really touched me, and I'll never forget it for the rest of my life.
The staff treating me here, from pre-admission testing to everyone in the head and neck clinic, to everyone that is in the 4 South unit where I stayed, were just great. And I don't mean just the nurses. I mean, they were wonderful. And the environmental folks they would come in to clean, or the onc techs that would come in, you know, they were all treating me great. They made me feel so special.
This is a place that every time someone new comes, that they're asking, what have you seen at your institution that we can incorporate, or what do we need to change? And that whole idea of always changing and adapting is the kind of place that you know is going to have the right mentality to develop new and promising discoveries.
Certainly you feel it here in the building. In the 4 years I've come, I've watched the expansion, more rooms, new equipment, lots of new physicians. Moffitt is in the middle of that momentum and in that wave.
And so it's a privilege and an honor to be a part of this community and to serve our community and their needs. And by creating Moffitt International Plaza, we will be increasing access to what we do best, and that is give patients hope that they can beat this disease. So it's a great thing.
I want to thank you. I want to thank you for believing in your capacity as an institution to be great. I mean, this is such an amazing city, and we are so proud of Moffitt Cancer Center. As we start looking at how we move your research from the petri dish to the marketplace to create real jobs and real wealth and real value. When people ask me, you're from Tampa, you're the mayor of Tampa, you have the bucks, and I say, no, I have Moffitt Cancer Center. Don't talk to me about the bucks, talk to me about real life-changing talent, real life-changing research. We owe you a great debt of gratitude. Let's keep building, let's keep growing. Thanks, everybody.
From a jobs perspective, I think it's hard to argue that anybody, more so than Moffitt, has an economic impact on this community. To see the continued expansion is just an incredible experience.
It's been amazing as we look at the last 25 years, the amount of progress that has been made at this institution. We constantly say that we're an adolescent institution compared to some of the other cancer centers. But what has been exciting is all of the incredible work that has been accomplished in such a short period of time. And the one thing that we continue to point to is the work that we've done around total cancer care or personalized medicine. I know, and I think most of the leaders here know, that we certainly will be a leader in this area, not only in this country, but across the world.
What was then a dream is now becoming a reality. We must keep in mind, however, that the mere building of a structure creates only the opportunity to do great things. It will be up to all of us together, working together, to take advantage of this opportunity and make the most of it. The creation of the Cancer Center will be the catalyst, I believe, for the building of a medical complex which in time will be second to none in this nation. We must all pledge to give it our best effort.
Lee Moffitt's passion and drive to find a cure for cancer is what has ignited this cancer center, is what has sustained this cancer center, is what beats in the drive of everyone who works in this cancer center, who's dedicated to our mission.
Getting the buildings and the money for the Cancer Center is just one thing, but what really makes a great center are the people that have crossed our paths over the years to create the center. We have such a wonderful staff of doctors and nurses and researchers. All of them are the ones that have made the Cancer Center the great institution it is today. I couldn't be more proud of how the center has developed. The difference has been the wonderful people that have dedicated their lives to the fight against cancer here in Tampa, and I'm really proud of them.
Mm-hmm.